Hello, welcome to Scruffy Politics. I'm Steve. Here's Stimpy right there in Michigan. We are going to discuss Elon Musk's influence over the Republican Party and Donald Trump. It's it seems like in a way this this whole Trump, you know, being elected and it seems like he's already president. It's really exhausting to read about it, and it seems like he's already in control of things. Like the bill um, right before the Christmas holiday, with that they had to pass to avert a government shutdown. Elon Musk had so much influence on that and was already threatening to primary those who did not vote his way. And I think I'll call him President Musk because I think he kind of owns the situation right now. I think he has a lot of control and influence over Trump. Trump loves him because he's a billionaire, and Elon Musk. It's dangerous to bring a billionaire into your administration that already has government contracts. He's in it for himself. He's a very smart man, a very smart business guy. And I think Trump likes to have someone in there like that. The only thing I could see exploding is Elon Musk is getting more attention than Donald Trump, and you know eventually that's going to make Trump explode because he hates when there's someone smarter than him in the room and louder than him and gets more attention than him. So I could see eventually down the road Trump explodes or tells Elon to shut up, keep his mouth shut, just work behind closed doors because I don't really know how much Trump can take of this, but yeah, it's pretty dangerous that he's allowing Elon Musk to have this much influence. And when the Republicans or the MAGA Republicans voted on the bill to avoid a shutdown, it was all pressure by Elon Musk, and they voted how Elon wanted them to.
Well, I would say this. So, number one, the only reason Musk is a problem is because the Democrats kicked him out of his party. He was a Democrat, and the Democrats moved the goalpost. They went so far to the left that he started having problems with them, and then he started leaning towards this free speech thing, which is why he bought, Twitter and turned it into X, and why he started leaning towards President Trump, because he felt like if we lost freedom of speech, we could lose the hallmark tenet of the United States of America. So that's one thing. If Democrats were more tolerant and open-minded, they might not have lost Elon in the first place. And Elon was a star of the Democrat Party when he was doing EV vehicles, he was doing solar. It fit right in with the whole climate change narrative. He was doing all these things. He was always considered a well-regarded Democrat for the things that he was doing on the climate until he started talking about free speech and started leaning towards the Republican Party. And then all of a sudden he became a bad guy. He's a bad person. And this is the other thing I want to say real quick. You talked about his influence on that House bill. All he did was point out the waste, fraud, and abuse in it. And people have been doing that for years. People famously have speeches. Rand Paul's one of them, where they get up there and they talk about how we're spending, $20 million to, study fleas on a dog, and stuff like that, So that's all he did was point out, hey, this is ridiculous. We shouldn't be doing that. People have been saying that for a long time, and I give credit to the Republicans. Really, it wasn't that big of a victory because all that they've passed so far is a continuing resolution. The continuing resolution just says that they're going to continue to spend the same exact amount of money that they spent in 2024, which created our inflation. So, they didn't really do anything to stop all of this. All they did was cut out all the pork barrel spending and the ridiculous stuff that the Democrats wanted, because the Democrats do. All of Washington created this. I'm not going to blame the Democrats for it, but they've created this whole omnibus situation where they wait till the end of the year and they try to jam everything in there. So they create a situation where nobody can say no, and then everybody puts their little pet project in there, whatever they want. It's like a free check. Like, oh wait, don't take the vote yet. I have to get my free check in there.
Yeah, well, maybe Elon can influence the House to change their vote of stripping funds for the 9/11 healthcare program. And the Republicans, well, the MAGA Republicans, most likely stripped that bill to cut funding for it, and now these um, firefighters from New York, in which they were very MAGA Trumpers. Well, I shouldn't say that. They endorsed Donald Trump and his base, and now I think these firefighters in the union is like realizing, oh shit, we made a huge mistake with endorsing Donald Trump, because if his base is like this, Donald Trump is not going to speak up, and he'll want to cover this bill and make sure the news doesn't cover it, which is also why they're going to keep distracting us about guns and abortion and trans bathrooms, But yeah, that's a side note right there. Sorry about that, but no, I think Elon could have some influence if he spoke out about that 9/11 healthcare bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's try this real quick. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
share my screen. I just
Okay.
pulled up this article because I am not familiar with this, but that's what the title says, right? Now you always have to look where
Yeah.
it's coming from. New York Daily News.
Well,
It
yeah.
says New York City firefighter unions blast House decision to strip funding for 9/11 healthcare program. So, see, now I would not be in favor of that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm whatever you want to call me. I call myself a conservative, but I'm not in favor of taking healthcare away from 9/11 responders. Um, but yeah, so I'm not really quite sure what the whole situation is on this. I would have to do a little bit more research, but basically, getting back to what we were talking about, I mean, I don't think that Elon has any more influence over. I don't think he has as much influence over Republicans as everybody thinks. I mean, he's not actually in the cabinet. This is like a separate group, and they're not considered part of the government. This department, what do they call it? Department of, I forgot now.
Is it
Doge, whatever.
transparency?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
Department of Government Efficiency. That's what
oh,
it is.
efficiency.
So, and it's him and
Yeah.
Vivek Ramaswamy, but it's separate from the government. I actually read an article where they talked about how they did not want to be part of the government in doing this. But here's the other thing. I mean, I think it's smart, and there have been Democrats that have supported this. I don't see the problem with having a guy as talented as Elon Musk. He's running like 5 companies. People say he's a bad guy now, but one of his companies, Neuralink, is trying to develop ways for people with, paralysis to walk again. I mean, that's a good guy in my book. You know what I mean? He's got like 6 different companies going right now. Why would we not want to take someone who has that ability? Now, we don't want to be cruel or unusual. This isn't meant as a punishment, but a perfect example is after COVID ended, many people have had to come back to the office. I mean, you had to go back to the office, but most government employees, they still work from home. They get the same amount of pay. They don't have to show up. Who knows if those people are taking 2-hour lunches every day or walking their dog for half the day while we're paying their salary? Nobody knows, and nobody cares. That's the point. These government people don't care. They feel like they're untouchable, they're unfireable, they feel like they're in a union. I mean, guys like Elon Musk, they come in and they get the job done. So I think we should welcome that type of, having someone sit down and look at it. I mean, we all have to, perform in our jobs to get our paychecks. So why shouldn't government employees have to do the same?
Well, here's something that concerns me about Elon Musk. Elon talks frequently to Vladimir Putin. He's and I'm sure Trump talks to Putin. I mean, Trump has been very friendly with Putin over the years. So Elon, I there's something about the guy. He's in it for himself. Like you mentioned earlier, he was first a Democrat, and now he's with the Republicans. He's going to do whatever benefits him in the long run. I don't think he has a political party. I just think he just goes to whoever says, yes, we'll accept you as long as and we'll let you have influence over us. And that's what's happening right now with Trump. And do you think eventually Trump will, because we all know Trump likes to be the center of attention. He likes to be the smartest guy in the room, even though we know, well, he's not the smartest guy in the room. He depends on other people to do the work for him. Do you think eventually that he'll get sick of Musk and all the attention Musk is getting and praise he's getting from the Republicans?
Yeah, I do think so because Trump has a history of falling out with people, right? So I don't think that this romance is going to last forever. But also, we were going to try to keep these to 15 minutes. And if anybody's listening in the comments, please let us know what your preferred duration is. So we're at almost 12 minutes right now, so we got a little bit of time to wrap this up. But I just wanted to say, as far as Musk or Trump talking to Putin, I think that's a good thing. It's easy to hate people that you don't know or you don't speak to. The more you talk to someone, the more you can understand their side of things. I think that's a good thing.
But we already know Putin. He's had people killed. He's a dictator. He's invaded Ukraine and has done horrible things. Like, no, this is not like talking to Justin Trudeau or the president of Mexico or someone or the guy the leader of France or other developed nations. This is Vladimir Putin, who is a bad guy.
Yeah, but all the more reason to have a good relationship with them. I think I would rather have a tighter relationship with a bad guy who represents more of a threat than someone like Justin Trudeau from Canada, who I don't feel represents a threat. I would almost, if it were me, I feel like I would put Justin Trudeau on the back burner because I'd say, hey, the guy's our neighbor. He's just to the north. He seems like a pretty decent guy. I don't have to worry about him. But I do have to worry about Iran. I have to worry about China. I have to worry about Russia. I want to know these people. I want to have a firsthand understanding the best I can as to where these people are coming from and what threats they pose.
I mean, I see what you say there. However, Trump isn't doing America any favors when he badmouths the good guys and praises the dictators. I mean, what if, God forbid, we get attacked in America and one of these countries who's an ally of ours, but because of Trump always, dissing them and praising the dictators, what if then they're like, something, I don't know if we want to help out America right now because of the behavior of Donald Trump and how he is better friends with Putin than he is with Canada or some other nice developed nation.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I just feel like we need to have communication. Let's put it that way. You don't have to be best friends with these people, but you have to communicate with them the best that you can and try to understand where they're coming from. I don't know. I mean, wouldn't it be awesome if Trump did have a good enough relationship with Putin that he could scare him into stopping this Ukraine thing? I mean, he says he's going to end it in the first week, right? I don't remember what he said on the campaign trail, and everybody laughs and says it's funny. But what if he announces, in the first week? What if Putin announces, "Hey, I'm stopping the war in Ukraine," and maybe Trump can negotiate something?
I I I don't put that faith in Trump. I mean, this is also the guy who said Mexico was going to pay for a wall, and where's the wall that Mexico paid for? So,
well, the wall is actually for sale for like 3 cents, even though we paid $100 for it. It's for the materials for sale on the border for 3 cents because Biden was trying to sell it off, even though we paid for it. But Okay, so this is just about 5 minutes, right, or 15 minutes right here. So we'll sign off on this one. But anybody out there listening, let us know if you like 15 minutes for duration, and like, comment, and subscribe on anything that we have to say here. All
Yes,
right,
thank you.
all right. See you in the next one.
See ya.